Mrs. Von Hoot,
Yes.
what do you call a flying transformer?
I don't know. What do you call a flying transformer?
Robots in disguise. Disguise?
Very good.
Hello and welcome to the Spiral Dimension. I'm Dr. Von Hoot and this is Mrs. Von Hoot.
Hi.
Okay, today we're a little bit different video today. We went to TF Nation Minicon in Reading in the UK and that was just yesterday. So we're going to have some recap footage of that in a bit and then we'll take you through, how it went and that. So, a bit of a sort of, not a vlog, that's not right, it's more of a montage. Everybody loves a good montage. But first, we unbox things. So let's unbox this because I think this is pretty cool, if it's what I think it is. So, last weekend we went to Thought Bubble Festival, which is Comic-Con essentially, but it's mainly to do with artists. And, a bunch of us YouTubers in the UK go every year now. It's a really fun meetup and it's a really great opportunity to meet artists and get commissions. And on the last day of Thought Bubble, I went to see the artist Roche Langridge. He did the Muppets comic from Marvel back in the day. He's a great cartoonist style artist. And I gave him a blank and said, could you hoot it up for me? And whoosh, there we go. Absolute banger in his particular style. You can't go wrong with a bit of Hoot.
Especially Muppet Hoot.
Well, it's not quite Muppet, it's more cartooning, but yes, it's pretty cool. I'm very chuffed, and this has just come in the post, because often it's just best to get something later from them if they don't have time to do it in the moment. And it's just amazing. Look at that.
It's very cool.
The detail on it is, yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. It's such a fun take as well. Love it. Yes. So, thanks for that, Roger. I really appreciate it. If you ever watch this video, it is amazing.
It's very cool.
I love it. Okay, so there's nothing really else to do but say we've never been to a Transformers convention before. We've done Comic-Cons and we've been to festivals of things.
Yeah.
But never like a specific Transformer or a specific anything really con. Like you don't. And Transformers, they're actually, it's a pretty big scene in the UK considering, how small we are. There are mini-cons up and down the country from TF Nation, and their big con is in Birmingham, I know, in August every year. But they've started to branch out more into these mini-cons as well throughout the year. And this is their first one down south, and Reading happens to be very, very close to the Spiral Dimension. So we hopped on the train yesterday and, well, let's just roll the VT! yeah, so we had a really good time. Like I did at least. What did you think?
It was really good. It was nice to sit. Well, it got me wanting to buy Transformers, which for those of you who know me, that's a good sign. I mean, they were dinosaurs, so you know, it's sludge.
She's big on dinosaurs, and she was going around. She just wanted something to fiddle with, and luckily Transformers are quite fiddleable. So yes, you got your very first Transformer for yourself, which was good. I myself was really impressed. It was really fun. It was in the Great Hall at Reading University, and the Great Hall is, you know, it's a decent sized room, and it's sort of quite nice looking as well. It's not like just like a.
And we'd never been there, considering we're not that far.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good location, and getting there was easy. But what really matters is the Transformers, and there was a great variety of stuff, as you saw in the VT, but also a few artists were there and some comics. Simon Furman, the writer from the Marvel era, he was there, and he had a long box full of comics, which you saw in the VT. And also they did like panels where they discussed Transformers, but it was in the same room, like in this great hall. So you could be mingling around looking at the toys whilst also keeping an ear out and listening to what they were saying. It was quite interesting. But let's go through what we got, because why not? We got this birthday card, which guess who that's for? Yeah. And this epic Toxitron sticker, which
Meshes two of your great loves.
yeah, I love the Toxic Crusaders, and I love Transformers big time. Toxitron, not overly familiar with the character, but I know he exists, and frankly, any excuse to get Toxie related merch, tremendous. Then we should go with a little backstory. When I was a kid, I had the opportunity to get a brand new Transformer toy, and we went to the toy shop, and I was very excited. And one of my favourite toys, well, one of my favourite characters from the final Rebirth episodes of Transformers was Mindwipe. And I had seen an advert for the Transformers Pretenders the night before, and you had Mindwipe and you had a Pretender on sale in the shop, and I chose the Pretender, and I've been kicking myself every day since. It was the biggest mistake of my entire life. Well, okay, that's a bit melodramatic, but it has always really bothered me that I never got Mindwipe. And then Mrs. Von Hoot bought me Mindwipe. How cool is he? He's a vampire bat. He's a hypnotic vampire bat headmaster. You can't go wrong with that. It's tremendous, tremendous character. And it's everything you want in a Transformers toy from the 80s. It's so easy to transform and stuff. You can just play around with it all the time. I love it. It's great. You don't see them every day, and I got to buy one in, you know, my back garden near enough, like of all places. Yes, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's very exciting. And came with his little headmaster and everything. But then we had a chat with a couple of artists. First of all, we saw Nick Roche, who did the art on the IDW run of things like More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light, which I'm a massive fan of, and The Wreckers. And he was selling pre-done sketches, like on sketch cards, which makes sense. Like if you don't want to have to bother doing sketches whilst people are coming in and stuff. He'd already had it done, and he just, I saw this on the table and I said, you know what, that is a hell of a Megatron. I've got to have that. And he was kind enough to sign it to Dr. Von Hoot, which is always lovely. But yes, I love this Megs. It's great, and it's always fun seeing the line work through the back as well. If you're,
it's very expressive. Like he's done very well.
Oh yeah, no, it's really good, really good. It's the way I envision Megatron on a
Just
bad
in
day.
general.
Like just after having to put up with some of Starscream's nonsense. Yeah, love it. Love that piece. And then we spoke to a couple of artists. The first one being Kris Carter, and he was doing commissions at the time, and he was doing an amazing Optimus Prime, and I thought, you know what, this guy's worth a chat to. Let's go with a full body, and I got him to do one of my absolute favourite characters, of which he had never done. So whoosh, we got this original sketch of Sea Spray, the G1 version, and it's just amazing. I love it. And yeah, he just boshed it out whilst we were wandering around back and forth around the con. And yeah, I love it. There's some footage of him doing it in the VT, I think. I can't express how much I love Sea Spray and how little he's represented in comics or in any medium. Like there's 3 of the episodes where he's like the central character, so he does get a little bit of room to shine. But it's beautiful. I mean, I don't know whether that comes across on camera, but I just think it's really great. Wonderful, wonderful art. And then he was sat next to another artist called Pirrie, and he leant over when I said Sea Spray was my favourite character and went, character? Really? Not really a character, is he? This type of thing. And we had a good laugh and a chuckle about how little Sea Spray seems to be like in the zeitgeist, as it were. And I said, well, why don't you do a Sea Spray? Like let's get 2. I can have the world's biggest collection of Sea Spray original art. And he said, well, if you have 2 pieces, you probably are the biggest. So we got this second piece of original Sea Spray art. And here it is, yes. It's the essence of Sea Spray again. It's different. Like, it's cool that you can have a different take. Like, I mean, obviously it's a headshot. He was only doing headshots, whereas I did the full body with the other one. But I really like this one as well. It's very expressive with the eyes. Like he's just had some like bad news or a shock or something. So it's great. I love it. The detail's great in it.
I love like the watery splashes.
Yes, yeah, the background is really ties it together. You know what's weird about both of these? Like, they're so well done that it's like I can see the colour, even though there's no colour there. I'm so familiar with those blues and yellows that it screams it to me. I love it. I really love it. It's one of my favourite pieces that I have at the moment. Now, you may be asking yourself, why aren't they on sketch covers? That's because I left the house in a rush and left 6 of them on the table. So unfortunately, we've just got original art on blank sheets rather than on sketch covers, which is, it's not the end of the world. It's still awesome to get it, but yeah, it was a great time. You could do it fairly quickly, I think.
Yeah.
It's not like a massive, like if one comes around near you, a mini con like this, I think you could probably do it in an hour or 2. Like, honestly, yeah. My only real criticism of the whole thing was not really anything to do with them so much as the logistics of getting to the toys. There's so many people trying to dive into buckets.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I think TF Nation was... I will definitely be going to another one. I think the organisation of it was really good. Everybody, all the staff seemed really nice, which is always a plus. And like, they were looking forward to be there, which is all you can really want, really, when you're at a con. Like, I want to be there, and I want everybody else to as well. And Transformers is very near and dear to my heart. So it was a blast for me.
All the people that were selling things seemed very happy as well, if you see what I mean. Sometimes when you go to these sorts of things, and possibly even Thought Bubble, everyone was a bit like monotone there when they were saying things. And I think because there's so many stalls and things like that, they don't get as many people, but everyone was busy looking at the Transformers, and the sellers were really, like, you could tell they were really happy to be there, and the artists were the same.
That's a good point. All the tables and the merch sellers, pretty much everybody seemed in really good spirits.
Yeah.
And when you bear in mind how miserable the weather was outside,
it was horrible.
I suspect that's part of the reason why they were just happy to be indoors, because it was horrible outside. Right. Cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought of the footage and the. Have you ever done a Transformers con? I'm intrigued.
How big that is.
Yeah, a big one, or just anything else. Like the Birmingham one is the big TF Nation that's in the UK, but there's in the US they also have Transformers cons all over the shop. So yeah, let us know your experience with these kind of conventions, and we'll catch you next time in the Spiral Dimension. Peace from the Spiral Dimension. Oh, it's wonderful.
Like I say, literally the best and only Sea Spray I've ever drawn.
Yeah. Well, Sea Spray's my favourite character, but he doesn't really sort of appear in anything ever.
Character.
Yeah, good point.